Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am trying to work much better on my lighting to make sure I get it really clear for you guys. As you know, I am working on a budget, so I have to work with what I got. So today's look is going to be inspired by St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to be using a lot of light greens, dark greens, and see where I can take it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Milk Hydra Boost. I'm still having problems with my acne, so if you guys have any suggestions on products that I could use, I would love to hear from you. So I'll be happy if you leave it in the comment section below, and hopefully I can try the products out and let you guys know what I think. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and I will be right back. I went in with the Fawn Concealer, and I used it as my eyeshadow base, and I went on ahead and set it with my Mercier Translucent Powder. Products that I went in with was the Chocolate Mousse Morphe, as well as the BH Cosmetics No. 6 brush, and this is what it looks like. And I also went in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. So let's talk shadows. The palette I'm going to be going in with is the Morphe, the James Charles Mini Palette. And the colors that I'm going to be going in is this shade here, here, and here. And I'm also going to use this color for my transition color. So the brush I'm going to start off with is going to be my BH Cosmetic brush, and it's this little fluffy brush. And I'm going to go ahead and take that bright green, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over my crease. I'm starting off with the lightest color first, so that way when I go ahead and blend and work those colors, I could be able to blend everything together and it all will work in just fine. I'm more of a brows before foundation kind of girl, so that's what it's going to be today. And I'm going to go ahead and do that other side. I'm loving the color already. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with this BH Cosmetic brush in No. 6. So it's like the same fluffy brush in a different texture. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with that dark color. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the corner of the eyelid. And I'm going to go ahead and move that around and start blending that into that green color that we used the first time. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other side as well. And I'm going to be pressing that color inside of the eyelid, as well as moving that around to blend in with that lighter shade that I just used. And I'm just going to be packing that on because I want it to come out as bright and pigment. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with this color right here. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe brush in 514, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to be taking that color. I'm going to be blending out that color that I had laid down, which is the green one, and I'm going to be blending both of those colors together. And I'm going to swoop that out just a little bit and work that color in there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other side as well. And I am taking it up a bit under the brow. It's kind of like somewhat, I'm connecting it a little bit so the way I can get that color in there to show more better. So now I'm done applying those shadows. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that same palette. And I'm going to be going in with this color right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use that for under my brow bone. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the BH Cosmetics in No. 17. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to take a little bit of that color and go ahead and pop that underneath the brow. And as well as for the other side, just to brighten it up just a bit. So now that I had went on and attempted to do a wing liner, I'm going to go ahead and start color correcting, and I'm going to go in with my HD concealer. And this is from the drugstore, and this is how it looks. Go ahead and take a little bit of that here, and as well as around my mouth and my chin. And I'm going to go ahead and take my beauty sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and start blending that product out. I'm dabbing it into the skin. I'm not doing sweeping motions and I'm not swiping. I'm just pressing that powder in. And as well as the chin area. And I'm gonna take some Laura Mercier powder. And this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna be taking my BH Cosmetic brush in number 5, which is the powder brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and set that concealer as well as that primer that I just applied. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that and start pressing that in. As well as this side. And as well as my forehead. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with foundation. I'm going to be using the Il-Makiage Woke Up Like This in the shade 195. And the brush that I'm going to be using is going to be my foundation brush in number 2 in BH Cosmetics. And it looks like this. I'm going to take 2 pumps of that. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting that all over my face. And as you know, the Il-Makiage is buildable. This makeup tutorial is not sponsored whatsoever. Il-Makiage, sponsor me. Sponsor me, Il-Makiage. Because it seems like I've been promoting your products way too much than I should be. And go ahead and add 2 more pumps. And start on the other side of the face. As well as the nose. But when I get to my neck, for some reason, I like to swipe. And bring that product down. And I'm going to take 1 more pump and go ahead and start working that into the forehead. And move that back to the hairline. So next I'm going to be moving into concealer, and I'm going to do a little concealing and contouring. So I'm going to be taking 2 actually. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And I'm going to be using my Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer, and this is in the shade Chestnut. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that here. And bring it down just a little bit. And bring it around. And as well as for the other side, putting that concealer here and around. And bringing it down just a little. As well as my little landing strip. As well as my forehead. And I'm going to go ahead and take that fawn shade and I'm going to go ahead and apply that underneath the eyes just to brighten it up just a little bit. And do that as well for the other side. As well as down the center of my nose. And I'm going to go ahead and take my damp beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and start blending that product out. I'm going to be pressing that product in, not swiping, and dabbing, 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 dabbing. And Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealers, they tend to dry down fast. So I like to work a little faster with it. And then I'll just take the back of that and I'll start blending out those edges. And as well as here. in my forehead and down my nose. I'm going to blend down my nose just a little bit. I didn't want to do too much because I didn't want to lose that contour that I'm doing. And before that concealer dried down, I'm going to take my Revolution banana powder, and this is how it looks. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that underneath the eyes, as well as I'm going to be using it for a base for the bottom of my shadows. And I'm going to go ahead and sit that there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other side as well. And as well as I'm applying that, I'm also pressing that powder in as well. So while my under eye is baking a bit, I'm going to go ahead in with my multi-sculpting concealer, Born This Way, and this is going to be in the shade Cocoa. And I'm going to go ahead and use my brush by BH Cosmetics, and this is in the number 11. And I'm going to go ahead and start contouring, and as well as doing some nose contouring. And I'm going to take that product and put it on the back of my hand, and go ahead and apply just a little here, and move it, sweep it around the nose. And do it for the other side. I'm going to go ahead and take that same shade, and we're just going to work that around as well as on the other side. And I'm going to take that contour shade on my forehead as well as underneath the jawline. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with this Morphe brush. And this is what it looked like. And I'm going to go ahead and start blending that contour out. And I'm also going to be swiping down just a bit. And I'm going to do that as well as the forehead. As well as the other side. Moving up and swiping down. And as well as for under here, I'm going to go ahead and move that around to behind the ear. And I'm going to swipe downwards. Just to cancel out anything and to chisel just a little bit. It's like hard to do makeup when you're just only right-handed. And swiping down. And I'm going to take that damp beauty blender that I used, and I'm going to go ahead and start damping and softening up that contour that we did. As well as underneath the neck. Because sometimes when I go out in public and I'll notice that I haven't blended it too well, and I'll be like, yeah, then I started seeing the harsh lines. And as well as here. Yes, can you say snatched? So now I'm going to take my Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and take the powder brush that we use, which is the number 5 brush in BH Cosmetics. And we're going to go ahead and take some of that powder, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit into my cap. And I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I'm going to go ahead and press that powder into my forehead. And press it into my chin. As well as the top of my lip. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back in with that James Charles palette. And I'm going to go ahead and take the same shades that I use, which are these. in this brown color, and I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the bottom of my lash line. And the brush that I'm going to be going in with, I'm going to be going in with the BH Cosmetics in number 12 brush, and this is how it looks. And apply that to the bottom. And go ahead and do that for the other side. And I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics in number 17. And I'm going to go ahead and take that darker shade and go ahead and apply that to the bottom of the lid, my lash line as well. And I'm going to go ahead and try to connect that to the black. And do that for the other side as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use the BH Cosmetic brush in number 10. And use that the color that we use for our crease color. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to buff that bottom part out just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other side as well. I'm going to go ahead and take my powder brush, and this is BH Cosmetics in the number 1. And I'm going to go ahead and dust that excess powder away. And I'm going to take this lime green 24-hour eye definer. I got this from my hair store, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that in my waterline at the bottom of my eyelid. As well as do it for the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Man-Eater Tarte mascara, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the top and the bottom of the lash line. And I'm going to go ahead and pop my eyelashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm done doing my lashes off camera. The lashes that I apply is the INV 3D collection. And it's mine, the one that I used was in the number 17. The blush that I'm going to be using is my NARS in Torrid. And I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to apply that to my cheeks. And I'm going to take the brush by BH Cosmetics and number 4. And I'm going to go ahead and start blending that into my skin. And it helps to smile while you're doing this. Now, after I'm done applying my blush, I'm going to go ahead and do a little highlighting. And I'm going to go ahead and go with my Artist Couture for my highlight in Illuminati. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the BH Cosmetic brush, and this is in the number 4. I'll apply that here. And I like to go around the face, as well as the other side. And as well as on my forehead. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and go on my chin. And a little bit the top of my cupid's bow. And I'm going to go ahead and take this brush by BH Cosmetics in number 10 and apply that to the center of my eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and dab back into that James Charles palette. And I'm going to be taking this green shade right here, and I'm going to apply that to my waterline as well on top of that shade that we applied. It is gorgeous. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe setting mist, and I'm going to go ahead and set all of that in place. And I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and dab that product in. And after I'm done dabbing that in, I'm going to go ahead and go in one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and move into the lips. I'm going to be using my brown pencil liner by Kiss. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the lips. And as well as the bottom. I like to blend that in. And the lipstick I'm going to be going in it with is going to be my MAC, and this is going to be in the shade Whirl. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the bottom. I'm not going to be using gloss today. Feel like I just want to keep it simple, but yet elegant and like a matte lip instead of doing gloss each and every time on my videos. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. and I'm going to go ahead and create 2 moles, which I like to do. And one is here. And as well as here. And I just like to take my clean hand and just dab. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and hit that notification bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a new video. Until next time, bye.